Now x equal to 4 means that whatever the y coordinate, our x coordinate will be 4. So this line will be a straight line parallel to the y axis, whatever the y coordinate. And we need x is less than or equal to 4. So on the graph you can see the darkened region shows the region x is less than or equal to 4. Similarly, if we want to have a greater than or equal to region, say we consider we need a graph of y is greater than or equal to 2. Sometimes there is a constraint that we need to produce at least 2 units. That means y is greater than or equal to 2. So whatever the x coordinate, the y coordinate will remain 2. That is, this will be a straight line parallel to the x axis at point y equal to 2. This graph you can see on the right side. The half plane or the region which is above the straight line will represent or satisfy the inequality y is greater than or equal to 2. Now, in our real life, it is not that we have only one inequality. We will have a number of inequalities, a number of constraints, and we need to use and satisfy all these, take all these into consideration and find our best solution. So we will now learn how to draw a set of inequalities on the graph paper. Supposing we have inequalities x plus y is less than or equal to 4 and x is less than or equal to 3. For x plus y equal to 4, we have the table. If x is equal to 0, y is equal to 4, and if x is equal to 4, we have y is equal to 0. We can see that the straight line x plus y is less than or equal to 4 and the line x is equal to 3 is a line, straight line parallel to the y axis. The region which satisfies both these constraints is our required region. Now, friends, at the end of the program, we will be discussing the uses of linear programming. We have seen what linear programming is, what is the definition of linear programming, what is the meaning of linear programming, when did linear programming start. We have also discussed the graphical method of solving the linear programming problems. If we take a quick look at where all linear programming is useful, we will see that linear programming is maximum used in the industry. Why industry? Because industry is always talking about maximizing profits and minimizing the cost or the time spent. So here linear programming comes very useful. A second very important field where this is very useful is the pharmaceutical industry. Sometimes in life-saving drugs, we need a certain chemical. The minimum required amount of the chemical is pre-decided. Also, because of the toxicity of that chemical, we cannot have more than certain amount that chemical in the medicine. That is, x has to be greater than a certain amount and y has to be less than certain amount. So here linear programming comes in very useful. Because life-saving drugs cannot be randomly made. Also, when you are taking into consideration the different age groups, like children, the need of children, vitamin and minerals is different. For adults, it is different. So the age factor again comes, the constraint of age comes into the factor. The requirement for different patients is different. So here also we can have a multiple constraints and our aim is the maximum benefit for the patient. Another field where linear programming is useful is our country is a agricultural country, and in agriculture also what kind of crops to sow so that you reach the maximum benefit and the cost incurred is minimum. Here also linear programming is very useful. So we can just see that linear programming in general is a very useful technique, and we will be learning about this further. Thank you.
Sandhan, All Gujarat Integrated Classroom.
સેટેલાઇટના માધ્યમથી જોડતી કડી એટલે સંધાન.